but I want to eat it while I'm doing my stream. All right. It looks like it's gonna rain today, but yeah. All right, we're gonna go to that library because we never made it to it yesterday, and we're gonna eat this apple. This apple. That might not be the best idea, eating an apple, but I eat apples. So this might be a short stream, could be a long stream. There's a bunch of things. It could be a no stream. But yeah. Maybe eating the apple wasn't a great idea. Sorry. Eating all up on here. I'll try to eat this apple fast. But I did see on some random channel on the web people who eat food and people watch them eating food and they get like 8 zillion views for that. It's weird. All right, let me go to my spot. I'm gonna sit up there and or we'll go to this park. Do that. Hmm. So right now this is the last day of my little vacation. This is gonna be the last walking and talking stream. And I got some topics I want to get into. Get your opinion on them. And then, yeah, we're going to sit up in this little park, eat my apple. We're going to go to the library, and we'll go from there. What up, Mr. Wilson? Okay, if I move this over so you don't really be hearing me eating the apple. It's a windy day today. Hella windy. But we'll be okay. Yeah, man. I don't. I read the audio autobiographies, but they're like documentaries. There's so much shit we don't really know about until after the fact, and it always distorts what you thought you knew, which always makes me feel, what can I really trust? Like, example, in Miles Davis's book, he talked about how when he was going through his drug addiction, his dad was just kind of like giving him money, and no one really did anything to say get your life together. They just kind of let him handle it himself. Well, this is his own book. So Miles is like, you know what? I just woke up one day. I'm like, I gotta kick this habit, and he went cold turkey. The end. Oh, it's that simple, huh? But there's some parts in his book where he's like, things were not going well, but I guess he had to be in that era to know, but he didn't really talk about them. I'm sure in DMX's book, if that ever comes out, there's going to be a lot of those things. But all of that is what makes them who they are, right? So it's like you can't take away one and get the other. I mean, I'm rambling here, but yeah. Let's see. If it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Japan, it's Tuesday for most people. Tuesday night, I believe. You can see how windy it is. The other day it was so windy the house was shaking. I thought it was an earthquake. 'Cause why does this keep shaking? But it was just the wind. So if you're following yesterday, not even following, if you're watching yesterday, we did make it to the other station. We were like 2 minutes away from the station before the camera cut, which was maybe the way we took every bridge we got on was little detours, but it's only like an hour from here to there. It took us an hour and some change. So this is the plan for those who are watching after the fact and those who come in right at this point. So I'm going to walk to the library and then I'm going to there's a park out here, this mega park. I might walk to that, and then I'm gonna meet up with a friend later on in the day. And I want to talk about yesterday. That's my food for thought part. Answer any questions, and then gracefully go off into the sunset, the proverbial sunset. But first, I'm gonna eat this apple because I love apples. It's one of the healthiest foods that I can eat that is easy, you know? You just pick it up and eat it. But in Japan, they don't eat apples like this. They cut it up. So when I be eating it, they always make this surprise. Oh my gosh, you eat the apple like Adam and Eve? They don't say Adam and Eve, but and I'm not a my mom used to cut apples. She'd be like, "Do you want an apple?" I'm like, "Eh." And then she starts cutting the apple. I'm like, "Yeah, I'll take some." But I have no problem eating the skin and all that. So in my book, How to Fail at Everything, he started talking about energy. You could monitor your happiness by how energized you feel throughout certain points in the day. Right now, I'm on some low energy shit, starting from yesterday. Yeah. You want to switch the view? Wow, that's what you're seeing. All right, so here's the park. Usually be filled with kids doing kid things. It's kind of early. I should have titled this one "Sitting and Eating" because I'm sitting here eating an apple. I did have breakfast. This is my snack. Thank you for thumbs up. Right now, we're just out here enjoying the wind, eating an apple. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thumbs up for eating apples sitting in the wind. I don't know if they're going to be on this stream, but someone asked me a question. They said to talk about the hip hop. It's kind of, it's one of those questions like, how comes you're not da 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 da. I'm not a fan of those questions. How comes you're not? Perfect. Hey, what's going on? Random black gamer. I mean, a little sun wouldn't be bad because it looks like it's going to rain, but Google weather says it's not going to rain. But yeah, the question was, how comes you're not pursuing the music in Japan, the hip hop scene, something to that effect? But it's a good question. So I'm going to talk about that, my perspective. And yesterday, one of my coworkers, uh, yesterday, well, I'm gonna talk about all that, but let me finish this apple. I'm the slowest eater. If we ever meet up and we go out somewhere to eat, watch how slow I eat. Like if I eat fries and hamburger at TGI Friday, I eat two fries each bite because I'm savoring the taste. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying this apple. But we all know that my battery is gonna die, so well, it's charged up, but let me move. Let me eat this apple. I hate eating fast, man. I like to savor. I'm not a foodie, but the foods I do like to eat, I like to eat it. What's going on? I'm here eating this apple, sitting on the bench in this park. We about to get into it, but first let me finish this apple. Apples in Japan are expensive. Like one apple can cost you $3, $4. They got some $5 apples. I have never bought a $5 apple, but I have noticed that the dollar apples. I mean, I'm converting it, but the 100 yen apples taste like shit. When they drop down to 70 yen, they taste even more like shit. So the sweet spot is the $2 apples. They're just, and I've never been like that on apples, but on this kind of. I'm saying you enjoy curry or Japanese. Um, I like my yakisoba and yakitori and yakiniku. That's how I always do my introductions when I start a new school. I like yakitori. It means fried chicken, yakiniku, fried beef or fried meat, and yakisoba, fried noodles. They always laugh. But I pick those foods because you can't mess them up. They're fried. And it's not like fried like how we fry stuff in the States or whatever. Like it's healthy fried, to my knowledge. Yeah, I got my wraps written down. I mean, I started um, writing my raps on notes. No, I have no reason to shave. I would shave if my company's like, "Yo, man, you gotta shave," and I'm like, grumble, grumble, grumble. I would shave if I'm going to an interview. If I was going on a date, I might shave. But then it's like, this is what I'm going to look like at some point. So this, you should see what I look like right now. But then it's the date first impressions. But so I would really consider thinking about that one for a moment. Um, if I was on TV, I might shave. But yeah, in general, I'm good. Looking like a wild man. Wild man. Like I'm waiting till that shit turns all white. I'm not hoping for it to turn white anytime soon, 'cause that'd be strange as hell. But I don't have a problem with Natto. It's just we ain't friends. That's all. Some of my best friends are friends with Natto. It's just that we ain't friends, and yeah, I don't know. It smells weird. In general, I don't like anything. Like if this apple smelled weird, I wouldn't be eating it. It smells like an apple. If natto smelled like an apple, or if I lost my sense of smell, because apparently your the sense of smell and your taste are linked. So if I lost my sense of smell, can you hear how I feel? Stress makes people get old. I I got if you email me like right now or this week or like 2 days ago, but I got the email and I did you get my email? I sent an email back, but if not, let's get on all that. My ex girlfriend is in the medical industry. She got the vaccine because in that field they need to get it. But I haven't really heard too much of regular people getting it. Ah, shirt and stickers. Shirt and stickers. I used to make shirt and stickers. The thing with shirt and stickers, it is a loss. You can't really profit from it. Now, my thing has never been about how much money can I make from anything I do. But if you get into the shirt and stickers business, you need to manage your costs. And if you don't, like for example, let's say it costs me $10 to make a shirt, give or take. It costs me $15 to ship it to America, give or take. That's $25. Guess how much I was charging for the shirts? Y'all remember? $24. Do the math. And sometimes when I go to ship it, they be like, I put extra things, like I put some more stickers in there. I didn't make any money from selling a shirt unless you lived in Japan and I handed it to you. I didn't like to do the snail mail because if you can't track it, it's basically to the whims of the delivery gods. So in that whole era, I made no money from stickers, no money, which that is, it makes me mad about that because the song I did have it, I had the files and everything, and then one of my computers, Apple, something happened where I don't know what it is, but all my hard drives get infected, out of stock. All right, I'm still eating this apple, but I'm gonna start walking. 'Cause 20 minutes here, you didn't come on here to. I don't know. This is a nice park. Look at the nice park, but all right, we up. Actually, the other day where was I? I wasn't streaming. I was just walking and talking, and I found this cool little path, which we're gonna go that way. So here we're coming back. All right, so today is bleak, man, but today is a perfect day because this is how I feel. Feel bleak. Say, what? You feel bleak? I'm gonna talk about that eventually. But all right. So for the song, I would record. So I was that apple expensive? It was a $2 apple, $2.30, which is I mean, I just suck it up and buy it now. But back in the day, I used to be like, I didn't used to eat apples. Usually, what I would do is I'd pick up a pack of Kit Kats or some junk food. But I'm consciously trying to be healthy, and apples are the way to go. So I go with them. And I used to be like, I don't want to pay no $2.30 for it. But I once bought a $3 apple, and I don't kid, I'm not kidding you, it was good. But it's $3. I'm not paying $3 for apples. It's just, uh, it's just one of those things. All right, as far as the song goes, right? Uh, I feel so alone, but I know he's on my side. So I keep soldiering on. Like it's not a question if it's written down. It's in my brain. I know the song, but I only performed it once. And I was talking to someone yesterday. Well, I talk to someone every day. All right, so I'm gonna take you to this one spot. It's up there. It might get loud because I'm by the highway or street. Uh, so we're going up there. It's really cool. It's like check it out. Walking in the street, across the red light. I always talk about this because it's so annoying. Foreigners be out. I'm a foreigner. I always say foreigners, but I be out here and I be trying to cross the street on a red light, and they be all like, "Don't do that." Like, don't tell me what to do, man. I've been doing this for years. Made me an animal. One day I'll write that book, the RG Manual. But that song, that so I made a bunch of songs during that period, moving in a new direction. Wow, it's coming to me now. All right, so the hook wasn't meant for me to sing. I wrote it for this random person I found on Craigslist. Craigslist person's like, I need someone to produce my album. I'm like, I'm not a producer, but I could record you and what have you. We go to the studio, and she could sing, whatever. And then I wrote that part, that high. In fact, she was in it, but I took her off. And and it was right when I started doing photography, and she was doing nude photography. And I remember asking her, "Can you help me out with with finding models, or can you be a model?" And she hemmed and hawed, and I felt a certain kind of way. And I called her out on it. I said, when you needed help, I was there. When I needed help, you weren't nowhere to be found. And then she started, well, and it was just, so that song has it always, so it didn't go anywhere. And I performed it once at an event, and yeah, but it's crazy that you still remember it, and it's crazy that, yeah, yeah. But let me see. All right, so, but I was talking to my friend yesterday, and I was saying something to the effect of, I never know shit until way after the fact. Like if I knew, or I don't know how much of a difference it would make, but if I knew somebody liked that song, I would have put it out into the world, you know, put out into the atmosphere. But I make all my songs in like a vacuum. Like right now, I can tell that there's 11 people watching and 5 people gave me a thumbs up. I can see some comments coming in there. So I know I'm not talking to myself, and I'm kind of propelled to, all right, let me just keep going. But if there was no one, any artist in Japan, what words? I want to work with Crystal K. I had a crush on her. Someone asked me yesterday. Crystal K. Crystal K. Actually, I know someone who did an interview with her on his podcast. I think she's married and all that stuff. But yeah. So I know I can see stats. So I know well, I still don't know how this shit works. Social media and all that. But all right, we're just following this path. Let me show you where we're going. Here's my view. Over there, you can see the steps. That's where we were yesterday, coming down. And now we're on this side of the globe. Here's some random steps going into the ether. All right, let me see here. That song, because I heard it during the rough times. There's courage in mind, you know. Da 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 da. You did good, thank you. And you are. What are your current VSTs? I don't do VSTs anymore. I do AUV3s. That's what they That's what we use on the iPad. But a lot of them they're ported over from the desktops. So I'm using all the Fab filters. I mean, I have them. I haven't used them because yeah. Um, uh, what's it called? Drum Factory. Well, let's say Fab filter. I got some Wave, and then some they're not made for the computer, but I'll make a video about that. Just all the ones I like. This used to be a house, and now it's not. I say that because in Japan, if you come back 2 weeks later, they're already building. Come back a month later, it's a house. Like they just be making their houses all quick and shit. But tell me this doesn't look ominous. I was gonna set up so I could play some music, but again, that's just doing too much. And I gotta work out the kinks, uh, but I'm happy that song meant something. I mean, as an artist, every song, not every song, but for the most part, any song I'm trying to put out, I want it to mean something to somebody, somewhere. And it's always happy to hear that. I mean, it's residential, nice. Like this area, I still want to move to Shibuya where it's loud and dirty and noisy. But here is just calm and chill and relaxing. Yo, I saw that dude with the dog again, 2 more times. Keep seeing him everywhere. I assume he lives in the area. But yeah. Um so okay. Yesterday, after the feed ended, I was 2 minutes from the station, like I was saying. I had me some Burger King. Maybe that's what threw off my mood, because apparently some of the certain foods you eat could throw off your mood, whatever. And then I got back on a train because I wasn't gonna walk, because I wanted to go home and work on music. I go home to work on some music, but I wasn't really in the mood to do that either, right? So then I go to work, but 3 times I had to like go back to my house first to get my mask. I got my mask in my pocket, get the water, lock my door. So I'm like, anyway. So I go to work, and there is no school, but they wanted to do a makeup lesson. So it's really quiet. I hope all those added filters are no good. All right, we'll get into that. We'll get into that if I remember. Remind me. All right, so I get to work, and it's quiet because there is no school. Normally that would freak me out because when you go into a school and it's all quiet, it means there is no school and you're not supposed to be there, which has happened to me. And they're like, you didn't check the schedule. Like, no one told me. Anyways, but I knew. I checked my email. I got it on Google Calendars, whatever. So I'm there, and so in this kind of job, right? We're like contract workers, and you're like the only foreign person, and it's like an office, and they have a little section where you go in there. You have your little playroom where you have your classes, and then there's an assistant teacher who would help you. What up, Devin? Yo, you're on another feed. That's what's up. This is the last one because I go to work tomorrow, so just want to wrap it up, as they say, as we say. If anyone who's been watching the videos, everything is good in moderation. Actually, I mean, yes, everything is good in moderation. That's one trick. Take any effect and just bring down the mix, and you're good to go. But there's also the other idea, saturation. You saturate the shit out of stuff, and it also makes it like you push it. You go into the red. But yeah, so I get there. So yeah. So I'm at the school, and it's quiet, and I go into the room, and usually they don't talk to me, or I don't talk to them. I don't come in there like, hey, I just go to my little spot, and then when you're finished, they give a little stamp on your worksheet. No stamp, no pay. And yeah, so I go in there, and then dude's kind of like, he comes over and like, there's no classes today. It says in Japanese, but there's no classes. And I'm like, I know what you mean, because it is a weird situation, but there is class. He's like, no, there's no class. Don't argue with me. So whatever, I pull out my schedule, like, you probably can't read it. It's in English, but it says right here, there's class. So he goes off and he comes back like, no, there's no class. Now, what's cool is with this job I work at, if they were to make a mistake, and it would have been their mistake, I still get paid. I get paid double. If I make a mistake, they're going to take double out of my paycheck. So in general, most people are motivated not to make mistakes. But I had no problem. I showed up. My face is here. You just stamp this paper. So I'm about to leave. And then one of the little students roll up. He's like, what you here for? Now, mind you, all this is in Japanese. But he's like, what you here for? And the kid's like, I'm here for my makeup class. And he's like, oh. And then the next kid come in. And then another. So 3 kids come in. And apparently it was the class that I would have had, but I was down in Universal Studios, Universal Studioing it up. So I guess they canceled classes. I don't know. But they're here to make up. And the assistant Japanese teacher isn't there. It's just me and these people who don't know what's going on. And it threw off my energy wave. Like, it was annoying. So, so, and these kids are active. That's code talk for, like, you might hear someone say, oh, my students are nice. Oh, my students are smart. You don't want to hear them say, my students are active, because that means they're just crazy. Not crazy like, I smoke cigarettes, crazy. But crazy like they're just all over the place, as kids are. Anyway, so the assistant teacher person, they're going to come in like a half an hour. It's an hour class. They actually showed up in 40 minutes, which I don't care. Whatever. Technically, I ain't supposed to be teaching when there's another Japanese teacher with me. But, whatever. I can do it. And they're here. Let's just get it done. So the kids are just doing what kids do. And then the assistant lady comes in there and she's all like, oh my gosh, you're doing the wrong lesson. Don't you know I'm like, lady, they did it. My job is to do what I'm doing right now. You guys are supposed to set up the thing, and you're late, so don't be talking. But she was telling me this, and it's like, but it's like, why are you telling me this? Show up on time. So it really made me, and I can't really say much about whatever because whatever. Class ends, and I'm like, all right, see you, bye, boom. I'm just trying to get the hell out of there. So I'm already in this weird, funky chicken state of mind. And actually, you know what? Let me just rewind all that. Rewinding. I can't focus on the past. So this is what I do in real time. But this is streaming now. If I start talking about it, I'm gonna relive every moment of yesterday, and it's just gonna bring me back to that space. So let me just not do that. This is new. This is what I read in all my little books. Stuff like this. The mind is reshapeable. We could remold it. And here I am remolding it. All right. Now I sound like I'm crazy. But this is what it is. Anyway, went home, went to sleep, had a crazy dream, and now I'm doing this thing. Skip all that. But yeah. So yeah, now we're walking, and I'm talking, eating my apple. Wow, that's crazy. Well, I guess I could talk about what I just did. So the books I've been reading lately, they talk about how we are able to do that. And reading all them books just makes me be aware that I can do it, and it kind of it triggers something to let me start doing it, which it's an amazing. It basically it's all perception. Well, it's not all perception. Like if someone is stabbing you in the head with a knife, when you're big in a reader just a few years, were you always big in a reader? When I was 5 or 6, my friend Tanner, I only had one friend named Tanner in all my life. And the only other Tanner I knew was on Full House, the Tanners, and then the profession of tanning, leather or something. But anyway, Tanner had all these books in his house. Not big books, just like those, I guess, 20, 50, 30 pages books. He had a little bookshelf. I didn't have any books in my house. Well, we had the Bible, and we had a children's Bible. We had dictionaries and encyclopedias. Anyway, so in his house, I read every book he had in his little shelf. And I think I might have said that to my mom or whatever, and she started taking me to the library, and I'd get like 7 books. And yeah, throughout, I always read books because books are filled with stuff I don't know, and I know nothing, not even correct grammar. But no, but I always learn something, and I always forget it. There's so much you have to use what you learn, and I just I don't reread books. That's rare for me. Hey, look at they're streaming too. Let me show you. Let me let me see if I can get up in their stream. All right, gotta get closer. Actually, let me be out of their business, but we might intersect on the way over there. Actually, let me get off this highway because even if this mic is picking up everything, I don't want it to pick up everything. I don't think they were streaming. I think they were just taking a photo. A photo. All right, so yeah, books, reading books. Yeah, it doesn't matter where I've been. When I was in Philadelphia, I used to go to the library, that library, the big one. I'm not a fast reader. I don't see the need to read fast. I mean, speed reading has its benefits, but I read because I want to know what's in it, or I listen to my audiobooks. It's not, I read 15 books. It's this one book I got, and I stop recently when something is like, whoa, I stop the book, or I pull out a highlighter, and I really think about it. And then I probably make a post somewhere, even though it, I mean, there might be someone who'd be like, oh my gosh, man, that book. But in my experience, no one has ever picked up a book I have suggested and read it. That's just that's just the way it is. But I'm gonna continue to do this because a lot of the books I'm reading, it's not like you would just pick them up on your own. So if enough people say the same book in most people's life, they probably will pick it up. So I'm starting the process. Yeah. But here's another interesting. I don't know. It's not interesting. It's just little greenery, alleyways, and all that. That's where we're walking. But yeah. So anyway, let's see here. Another thing I want to talk about is I think I'm going crazy. Well, I was at McDonald's a couple days ago because my friend he's collecting cars, model cars, and I don't know how he found out about it, but McDonald's had this limited edition car set, and he wanted to know if I could buy it from him. Of course, I could buy it, but I don't be shy. I don't go to McDonald's like that. And I went, and since I bought it, I had to eat it, so I ate it, and I didn't want to eat it. and we didn't get the car he wanted, so I had to go back. Now he's paying for all of it, so I could have just threw it away, but I don't throw away food unless it's something I don't like. So I should have bought food that I knew I wouldn't like, then I wouldn't eat it. But yeah, they still have Shaka Shaka chicken, I guess. But I don't. I used to live. My diet in Japan used to be Coca-Cola, chicken from McDonald's, and rice. I used to eat that religiously, faithfully, religiously, religious. It'd be crazy, man. There's words I can say, and I could freestyle and I could rap, and then there's words that religiously, religious. I can't say it. Specific trips me up too. Complimation, like a group of songs on one CD. Compliment, compilation. Yeah, compilation. It's like my brain overthinks them, and then it gets all like, and then when I, now I got a lot of words up in there. So if I was giving a speech, one, I wouldn't have wrote the word. There's no need to say it. Two, I speak slow anyway. Religiously. but but yeah. And I'd be embarrassed, man. I'd be talking to people and I don't want them to be, so I could rewrite what I was gonna say before I even say it. Anyway. But all right, right now we're about to go into this tunnel. All right, you see right there, they're doing something. I think they're just taking pictures. I don't know what they're doing. Yeah, I think they're just taking pictures. Who knows? Put them on blast. I don't know what they're doing. But who knows what I'm doing? We both in the same camp, which probably means we could be like besties. You take random pictures with random stuff? Yeah, me too. All right, here's their tunnel. Right there. Now I'm in front of them, so maybe they're having the same conversation. What's he doing? What's he doing? I should talk to them. I would say, do you guys think I should talk to him? But it's not even an option. I'm not going to do it. He got McDonald's. Putting everyone on blast today. His wife is like, did you eat McDonald's? Like, no, I didn't. I saw this random YouTuber type dude on whatever, and I saw you with a bag of the drum pack. Man, your questions are on point today. I didn't make a drum pack. I made a sample pack. Crazy sample pack. Crazy sample pack. Like I went to the studio. Yeah, we're in a tunnel, so check out this echo. Hey! I can't resist. You know, there's plugins I paid to get something similar to this, and we get the, here, put it. Hey! Whoop! There's people in there. They're like, what are you doing? Hey! Woo! So yeah, well, let me get out of here, this echo chamber. Yeah, it's a vocal pack. Japanese vocal pack. There's 3 parts to it. Lo-fi, some, that's crazy. All right, we got out of there. All right, I've never been, we're in foreign territory now. What is this? Is it a house? I think it's a house. But it's weird like that. Or is it a path? Let's go in there. Let's be nosy. Let's see what it says. It says, shuttle. I don't think home. I don't think I should be over there. But it looks like it goes. All right, we're going to do it. We're going to see where it takes us. I'm pretty sure we can go out on the other side. The steps look like that. Could be wrong, though. be in someone's backyard. But so far, so good. All right, we're coming up here. We got some steps. Steep ass steps. These are steps like if you fall, you fall. All right, and we got actually I don't think this is gonna all right, you gotta go back how we came. I don't think we can come out of that. Walking and talking and getting lost. That's what we do when you're a rhyming boss. There's a lake out here. Let me see if I can get to the lake. Where was it? All right, maybe. All right, we're gonna go. I'm lost. All right, I need your help. All right, so we got a choice. We can go straight that way, or we can go back through the echo chamber. I think the lake's over there. This way, I don't know what's over there. We'll find out together. Over here, lake. So what do you think? Right now, let's see. Japan's great spin to get lost. Echo chamber. I could say I've been getting lost in Japan since day one. All right, we got one for echo chamber. Got two for echo chamber. All right, back to the echo chamber. Yeah, let's see here. Echo chamber. All right, we got three for echo chamber. All right, we're all echo chamber. We're in the echo chamber. Bad boy, come out and play. It's not a lake though. It's actually like a pond or something. Yeah, that's a nice reverb, man. It's woo, woo. I check 1, 2. Like, you know how much you got to pay to get something that sounds natural when it comes to reverbs? You'd be like, it'd be synthetic sounding. And I got almost every reverb they got on the app, except for the one. Man, we just lost the reverb. Actually, the way my mic's set up, I could run it through a reverb right now, I think. But we're going to leave it be. All right, we're done. Yeah. Now, where is this lake at? Where is this lake? If I was a lake, this is something I used to always do when I was living with my ex-girlfriends. I do it regardless of who I'm living with, but whenever I lose something, I would say, if I was a whatever, where would I be? And I try to think like that thing. And it always helps me find whatever it was. So I'm going to try it right now. If I was a lake, where would I be? And then you just got to be silent and let the lake speak to you. I would be on the left side of the street. Laugh all you want. It works. But then I was living with, my stories are always like this, but when I would say this to one of my ex-girlfriends, she would say, did it grow legs and walk? And then the idea that a lake grew legs and walked away from where it should be always stuck in my mind. I could get up on Google, but it's going to block the feed, I believe. I believe it's going to stop the feed, so we got to figure out a way. Who knows who sings that song, the original? I mean, I remixed it, but dun 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 dun. Like when I heard the original song, like we got another tunnel. What do you think? Go to the other tunnel? Because I don't think the lake's over here. All right, here we go. Option 1, we can go that way. Option 2, we got another tunnel. We can see the acoustics on that one. Option 3, we can go straight up this hill. What do you think? We got our tunnel 2, up the hill. That man got an umbrella. It might rain. But she don't got an umbrella, and dog lady don't got an umbrella. That's how you know if it's gonna rain. You count how many umbrellas you see, and then you just kind of like if they know something you don't know. You could use the same idea like when you're going to the train, and if you don't know when a train's gonna come, but you see everyone running to it. Hill, come on, man. You want me to go up a hill? All right, we got one for Hill. We got one for Hill. You know, this interactivity would be killer on Twitch because it's all like gamify and that's how it works. Which I'm gonna get into it, but Twitch is a whole nother beast. All right, we got one hill, and we guess we're going up the hill. Going on top of the hill, wasting my calories. This is a big hill too. Look how long this hill is. This is like RG Gamer. Like Twitch is for gamers, but it's also for everyone else. There's musicians on there who be like, hey guys, do you want to hear my new song? Well, you got to do like and they give them some thing to do, or, hey guys, Otis Wilson. Is it him? I don't think it's him. Oh, sitting on top of the hill, sitting on, but the other one. Let the dun 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 dun. Like his song was covered by someone else who that song blew up. You still, yeah, sit on top of the bay is Otis, but the other one, this is a big hit. Look how far we came. This is one of them hills that you don't want to live. Wait, let me hear it. All right. You know, back in the day, we wouldn't be able to do this, but bam. What? Bam. Watch me sing. All right, it goes, let the children, I believe that, I believe in Sandra and the children. Teach them how to greet and greet the way. Show them all the theory that they have inside. Give them a strength to take. Because the great. I'm done. But yeah, it's like that. It was covered, which I thought that was the original, but it was an actual cover. And when I was listening to the audio book of Rakim, he was singing the words, and I'm like, what? Isn't that so and so song? And then I did a quick Google and I found the dude who wrote it. All right. I didn't go all the way up to the top of the hill. I took a detour, but I think we're gonna get stuck in a parking lot. But yeah, let me go back to the sound kit. So it's a vocal pack because I noticed, yeah, it was a dead end. Or is it a dead end? Dead end. Dead end. Da-da. So I noticed that all these drum packs and sample packs, there's no Japanese packs. Being that I'm in Japan, I can make a Japanese pack. So I commissioned one of my friends, hired. We went to the studio. We went to a hotel. We went to another studio. You say, hotel? Yeah. We got all types of sounds. But after it was all said and done, I didn't go forward with it because I guess one of the biggest things I keep doing is I don't know the market for. It was mostly just her voice. I don't know who wants to hear my voice outside of. So here's the thing. People who know me would love to have a rhyming in a vocal pack. People who don't know me, what the fuck's a rhyming, right? People who know me may not be into music, so like it's this big. Oh, I know where I am at. Yeah, when I was over here in this spot, so we're close to the lake, but we're not close. The book I was reading at that point, he was talking about how dolphins are the happiest creatures alive because they play. Playing keeps them happy, healthy, and it was saying that you need to be around people or around other things, beings. So being isolated is a producer book. So it's saying if you are isolated and you don't play and you don't talk to other people, you will die. Eddie Murphy sang some of those songs on the first one, Coming Earth. He might have sung it. I'm gonna just tell you because I didn't do the song justice. But Whitney Houston, The Greatest Gift of All is what she calls it. It might have the same title. And the dude who made it is George Benson or something to that effect. So when I Googled his name, because when I was listening to the Rakim book, he's like, yeah, Benson made the song. Like, nah, that's Whitney Houston, but Rakim came out before, like, the time is different. But yeah, when I heard that song, it was just like, that shit touched me, because Whitney Houston is beautiful and it's all like pop. But his song was just raw. It wasn't, it was just he wrote them lyrics. I may have some of his records. I mean, you could Spotify his ass. Or maybe you can't. I'm sure you could. I don't know. But yeah, the words really resonated with me as a teacher. You know, I want to teach the kids, like teach the kids and show them the way, show them all the beauty they have inside. That hit me like it choked me up because as teachers, or as humans, as people in this world, we need to like prepare the other people, younger people. That's true. I think your brain can atrophy when you serve. Yeah. And producers, I'm jumping all around. But yeah, as producers, like it's so easy to sit inside your little studio and work on your beats and whatever. But, you know, that's not the way to go. You need to look at this old school car. Bam. Doo 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 doo. I don't know why it gets a Mario theme. But back to the old school car. Doo 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 doo. All right, we're gonna. Okay, we ended up going through another tunnel. We're going in there. But yeah, producers, you need to, or just people in general. What advice would you give someone late 20 who wants to start teaching Japan? I think you said you first started. Uh, so I'm reading a book written by a cartoonist right now, Scott Adams, and he's always like, I'm giving you advice, but you shouldn't really take advice from a cartoonist. So I'm gonna use his thing. I'll give you advice, but you shouldn't take advice from me. I'm just a random guy living in Japan and stuff. But before we get into that, we're going into the echo chamber number 2, the square echo chamber. Or is this the same echo chamber? I'll know when I hear it. Hey! Yeah, it's a different, like listen to the, hey! It has a different kind of decay. Whoop! That's a beautiful one. I should come back out here and just sit in here and record the natural, woo! I don't think Japanese people do that. I don't know if anyone does that. But you go into this and you be like, bah! And just be making, I should get her facial reaction. Let me see if I can get one of these. Let's see, we're gonna come right here. All right, here we go. Woo! I mean, she got a mask on. You can't really tell with these masks these days. She ain't even gonna look at me. But she's thinking something. Let me. All right. Now, oh yeah, advice. All right, we're at the echo chamber. It is so crazy to go through the echo chamber. That could be another channel. Going through echo chambers. I think it was the same echo chamber as before. Yeah. Nah, it wasn't, because that's, where are we? That's the echo chamber. Yeah, it was the same one. Where are we? I'm lost. We didn't come this way. We went that way. Oh, we're in a big circle. This is true. I'm lost. Lost-ish. If I'm coming through the echo chamber and I came up and then I went up the hill and then I came back around, that means I got to go back through the echo chamber because that's the side we need to be on where the lake is. All right, back to the echo chamber. All right, we're going back to the echo chamber. Yeah. All right, so we're back in the echo chamber, but we're going to just keep it moving because. But this echo chamber doesn't have any cameras. I'm always checking to see if a place got cameras because I would do a shoot in this echo chamber, photo shoot, because it would be a nice, look at the setup now. We've got the light in the background, or if we get back far enough, it would have nice aesthetics. But the issue would be, yeah, you get it, man, you get it. I was telling someone the other day, my look is a homeless look. And they said, what you mean? I said, homeless, like crazy, like, what's it, Langton, I don't know his name, Langton Hughes, that dude, Tony Stark's inspiration maybe, according to this video I saw. All right, yeah, we're back where we need to be. Back where we need to be. All right, back to the advice. Why do you chose the homeless look? Wow, Ricky. Well, first of all, we're streaming, right? So are you someone who's just popped on the stream, someone who's been watching for a long time, someone, let me know. I'm curious to know where you're coming from. Because like when my brother would ask me that question, what he means is, stop doing that shit. Blah, 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 blah. Whereas someone else is saying, like, yeah, I like it because it shows blah, blah, blah. So I need to know where you're coming from. Well, I would like to know. I don't know if that's going to happen like that. But yeah, I'll answer that question when I know where you're coming from with it. All right, 20, I hope you're well, sir. Still got the card I found. Wow. We are now 20% in, which means I was thinking that it's going to like count me down 10%, 5%, 2%, but it just shuts off the way it shuts off yesterday. So when that happens, I started watching you a long time ago, 2012, 2011. All right. Okay, I could work with that. All right, so 3 reasons. 1, I don't care. Which is along the lines of, why don't you speak Japanese? I don't care. So if you watch those videos, you know that is me. If I don't feel like doing something, I'm not going to. Reason number 2, most of the time I'm working, going to work, coming to work, and I'm wearing my mask. So what is the point? Goes back to I don't care. Number 3, and this is probably trumps the first 2, I like it. I like looking like me. I have this working theory that I was telling my female friend the other day. It went something like this. I said, she's like, I told her I like wearing sweatpants. I wear sweatpants most of the time. She's like, if you go on a date, do you wear sweatpants? I'm like, yeah, I would wear sweatpants. Throwing a button up and some sweatpants. She's like, you can't do that. I said, why can't I do that? She said, because you ain't putting any effort in. I said, what effort do I need to put on? I'm putting on my sweatpants. They're comfortable. I got my button up. She's like, blah, 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 blah. Like, and she's going on about how, and then I said, listen, yeah, I think we're close to the lake. I was like, if I was going on a date, you could wear sweatpants too. She said, I could never do that. I said, for what? I'll be like this and you be like that. So here's what I'm looking for. If I could see someone, my female counterpart, who looks like this, hair's all messed up and shit, like, that's the one. That's the one. And then together we can go off into the am I in a residential area? Man, I'd be getting lost like a mug. So yeah, that's the the end all be all for now. For now. Looking. All right, man, I can't find this lake. Or it'll end up like yesterday. I'll bump into the lake. 'Cause I was out here before and I ran into the lake. I remember it because there was this kind of heavy set boy straggling behind his father. It could be his uncle, random guy. And his father was just, yo, what dating advice? Oh, I never gave the other advice. All right, if you want to be a teacher out in Japan, first of all, do not post, you got to send your picture. So make sure it looks nice. Shave. Don't do this. Basically, I ain't going to get fired for this, but you probably won't get hired for this. So basically, in a nutshell, you're saying you were exposure and kept raw to the world when your attract mate will come, never connect. Whoa, I got to read that one. Basically, you're saying, in a nutshell, your world when your attracted mates, you'll connect with the real. Yes, that was the. So apparently, I learned theory and hypothesis are two different things. Theory is something that is a fact. Hypothesis is kind of an experiment. I always use theory, but yes, that is my hypothesis. The person who sees me as I am and is interested in me and sees the beauty inside and all that good stuff is the one versus the person who sees me all suited up. They like what they think, but they don't like what they know. But according to my friend, female friend, she said that's just not how it is. And she said something like, well, when that happened, you introduced him to me. But yeah, that's what it is. Advice. So one, you got to look presentable. Now you say, but you don't look, as I said, I'm here. I already got a job. And I got my little degrees and whatever. And I got a track record. I ain't never been late to work in the past 5 years. Wait, but isn't the other way around? Your mate will stick with you after he sees the good side and stick. Well, this is my hypothesis, like I'm jumping back and forth. Because in the world that I envision, there's too much people trying to be what they're not to get people who they are. That's why if I'm singing a song, there's no auto-tune. I want you to hear the real voice. You like the real voice? That's one thing, but I don't want you to hear. And that's how I've been going for the past whatever for my channel. And the idea is when it works, then I can double down on everything I've been saying. If it doesn't work, I got to suck it up and be like, well, I guess everyone was right. Much like a job, and you can't get a job like that, just like you can't get a relationship. See, I respect that one. Because that's no offense. What the hell happened at the point on TV and all over face? And yeah, there we go. Man, this sucks because now I'm getting the real questions in, and now it's going to end. But we'll try to answer all these before it goes off. You got to try to win, then just stick with you. Okay, we're going to, I'm going to try to do all these, just keep them coming. The fact, of course, in the, let's see here. Wow, man. You're on TV. Yeah, I was on TV. So, oh man, and this is what always happens when I'm talking to people because they throw all these good stuff and I want to kind of pro everything that I'm reading. But here's the issue I come up with. If you ain't read the last 7 books I read, when I start synthesizing what I'm reading to them, it makes no sense. But I'll try in the 10 seconds or so I have left. All right. Superficiality, right? Or in the world that I envision, everyone can be who they are, right? Everyone is just being themselves. They don't have to put on a front, all right? And people kind of go along with that because people don't want to be forced to do things they don't want to do. However, we live in a world where we have to do certain things, right? Yeah, I was with the group. So I want to change that. So when it comes to shooting my models, they don't have to wear makeup. They don't have to be super thin. They don't have to be a certain shape. They just need to show up. And I always say this, I want to show people that even if you don't look a certain way, you can be accepted. Now, the only way for me to do that is to live that, you know? And because this is different from Jay-Z's now sporting this weird looking thing on his head. But old Jay-Z couldn't do that. He had to be how he was, and now he could be how he is because things shifted. I want to do it backwards because that's my hypothesis. Then you could really, someone could really point to me and be like, yeah, man, look at Matthew. He's a 10%. All right, we're at 10%. Matthew's a classic example of da 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 da. So I'm fighting system after system after system, and yeah, it is what it is. But I get it on every side. If I'm talking to an artist, we might have a whole conversation about how you just gotta believe in the music, Matthew, and you just gotta follow your heart, follow your heart, follow your heart. And then the conversation might switch to, I ain't got money to pay the rent, money to pay the rent, money to pay the rent. Well, it seems like following your heart isn't helping you out there. But same argument could be used against me, and that's why I respect the question. But yeah, it sucks. We don't got so much time, 10 seconds, which I say 5 more minutes and it's gonna just come out. But what I'm trying to achieve, man, that's be a success is 100% business. Again, Ricky, I for the most part, almost every, right there's the lake. We did it. How is it always like this? Let's see if we can make it to this lake. Like, when I talk to people, I'm doing what I'm doing now. I need to know where they're coming from. I need to say it in such a way which does me no favors, because most people, they're just coming for the throat. And then, why would I come for the throat? Headshots. I want to understand shit. But like, yeah, there's that bird again. Actually, you know what? I actually do have my other phone, and I have my Wi-Fi. We might have to make this a second continuation, because it's gonna bother me if I don't get all this out of my system. But so I'll consider it. I'll consider popping back on with my other phone. We'll see how that goes. But here's the lake down there. But actually, let me read the comments. You keep asking, I'm coming from my friend from did. Well, I keep saying that because I've not changed my point of view since day one. I might not be buying $400 Evisu shirts anymore, and I might not be doing all the other random stuff, but the mind is still the same. Still, nothing has changed. Oh, maybe the only thing that's different is I'm not offended by these questions. Back then, I would have been like, how you could. I could care less. We all have our opinions, and I'm curious to hear more about it. So that's where I'm coming with that. But like my brother, I'm 40, so he's known me since I was 0. He knows already what I'm gonna say for most things. So when he starts saying certain things, he already knows the outcome. Now I gotta resist sometimes. Like, I gotta figure out where he's coming from, but and we do this dance kind of. So here's this lake here. Let me show it just so I don't even think it's called a lake. Pond. So here's our pond. Yeah. But all right, let me check some comments. How old is your brother? He's 47, but he says he's 27 these days. All right, let's see. Pretty, what part? How's your brother? Are you usually off? You keep asking where I'm from. That's the most non-stars. Number one, nah, man, business, Tupac. I mean, it's a whole. Let me go. Let me come back. All right. It's Golden Week in Japan, which means you have like 5 days off. Technically, it's 3 days, and then you have the weekend, but they call it a whole week. And today is the last day of that day, and I want to spend it doing this. So that's how I'm up here. Tomorrow I'll be going. Tomorrow at this time I'll be at work doing work. So yeah. Um. Okay. So now we're here. We're gonna just post up, and I might. I mean, if you. Yeah. Okay. Boom. All right. So where we at? Uh, when this feed started, someone mentioned about how crazy the Tupac and Death Row and all that shit was in the documentary. And I was saying, yeah, there's so much behind the scenes that we don't know and blah, blah, blah. And it's like with no one knows. Like right now, if some old, they don't have to be old, but if someone like, for whatever reason, invests in me, but they don't want to be on camera, it's going to appear like everything just worked out. And I met a couple people like that in Japan. They got benefactors. I don't know what they have. I don't know the name of that. But they have people that are supporting them. I don't have anyone. I hate people do. I got 4 people on Patreon who support me. Much respect. I have people who support the albums. Much respect. I have people who. I got a lot of people who support me. So let me nip that in the bud. But what I mean is, or what I'm alluding to is, it's a difference. Like, exactly, that's true. Most famous people have, and I'm trying to not like, what was that? I'm trying to be the guy who, I'm trying to be Batman without the dead daddy money, Stark without the dead daddy money. A lot of them superheroes happen to have that, or Spider-Man without being bit by the spider. And that's what I've been aiming for, and I think it resonates with some, but it irritates other people. I can get that. But and I wouldn't put myself. I always bring this up, but when I was in business school, they talked about OPM, which is abbreviation for other people's money. I mean, I'm trying to do it, but I don't know if it's possible the way I'm trying to do it. you know, like I mean, man, it is what it is. You just gotta figure it out. And I'm true. Oh man, I'm trying. I'm trying. But again, it's according to Scott Adams, one of the defining things of happiness is being able to, well, he didn't say autonomy, but it's being in control of your destiny. He didn't say it that way either. He said flexibility, being able to have a flexible schedule, doing what you want when you want. And for most accounts, if I want to make a video and just walk around, I can. There's nothing stopping me, which makes me feel happy. I briefly talked about it in the thing and I cut it off, but going to work yesterday and dealing with all that we don't know the schedule shit, that bothered me because I have to be there to get my little penny. Oh, I get a paycheck, not pennies, but it bothers me because in that situation I can't be like, listen, man, get your shit together. I'm here. You know what it is. I can't say that, and that it weighs down on me. But here, you can see the wind blowing. It feels good. I wish maybe technology will be where you could feel the wind I'm feeling. Much love, but I do have to say you're getting more whiny as the years go on. Hustle up. Man, I love what you just said there because, well, I don't love it. That's sarcasm. I saw a thing with Rakim. Not Rakim. Who was it? It was DJ Quick. And he was saying he's upset that he didn't get the royalties that he's supposed to get. Blase, 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 blase. That's whining. I'm telling you what I feel, which I guess you could perceive it as you perceive it, I guess. But that's again, it is what it is. It is what it is. Um, but there's different levels of whining, I guess. For me, whining is someone saying, "Oh, I can't do this, and no one's going to help me." You're not going to hear that from me. You're going to hear, "I'm doing this, and no one helped me, and this is what I accomplished." So in my book, I'm just saying what is. But as I said, but man, it is.